Hi, this is Jonathan Eiler-Wervey for the Indaba Fieldwork platform, and we're going to give you a quick walkthrough of what field staff will need to know to use the platform. We're going to get logged in here using a test account, and this is what it looks like if you're a researcher and you have an assignment due. You log into Indaba, the first thing you're going to see is this big yellow box here that has your assignments in it. This is the place that you do all of your work, so it is the most important thing on the system. And if you want to get work done, you're going to go and look at the assignments you have listed in that box, and there's a couple things here for you. You have a status icon that's used by managers to see how engaged someone is with an assignment. This one I've already opened it and started working on it, so you can see I'm in a green icon. You also have your deadline. You want to keep track of that. So to complete my assignment, I'm going to click through here, and then you're going to get into the tool to use to complete that assignment. In this case, it's a review response tool that lets a field staff researcher respond to questions from our office staff. So here you can see the question list, and then go down here and open up, please add better sourcing, thank you. Okay, well, we can do that. And then you go up here and modify your text according to whatever that request is. Hit save, and then you're done. So that's thing one, that your assignments box is really important, and you want to know where that is. If you ever get lost, you're in some other section of the Indaba site, you can click on that logo and you always go back to that yellow box. Second part that we want to walk through today is to get some basics on how to move around the site and what different things mean. Now you'll see that all these boxes can be hidden and opened by clicking on the title bar. Sometimes you'll need to use things that are closed, so you'll need to know how to do that. On this home page, you have a box called Your Open Cases. These are records of cases that are basically a way of keeping track of things that happen during field work. Office staff will open cases to record problems and then deal with them in a transparent way. So here you can see this user is attached to a case related to some work coming in late. And when a case is opened, it can be attached to content, it can be attached to people. If it's attached to a person, it will show up here in Your Open Cases. So you click on that and you can see the discussion of what's happening to that case and where people are taking action on it. Down below that, you have Your Content, and this is a way of understanding where something is in a workflow. You can see down here we've got status icons from right to left being filled in. Blue means it's in progress, green means it is done, and gray means that work hasn't started on those particular events yet. If you hover over those, you can see what they are. You can see the draft discussion is marked as in progress. That's that assignment right up here. And then you can see the draft submission is already being completed. That was done by this user when they filled out their scorecard. So down below, you can see a similar box to Your Content, except this is everyone else's content that is on your team. In this case, a team is a group of people that are doing similar work, either geographically or conceptually. In this case, it's all of the researchers are on one team. So you can see how far along the other researchers are. You can see a lot of these haven't started yet, and many of them have gotten to the third milestone. That's the draft submission, and have gone no farther. A few of those here, you can see that red box that has an overdue assignment in it to file a contract. And again, with any of these, if they get in the way or if they're distracting, you can close them and just focus on stuff you want to be working on. Now these other tabs have other things which will be explained more in documentation. You can see cases, you have a list of cases, people. You can see lists of people that are on your team, so you can see their bios if you have permissions to do that. Permissions in Indaba are very fluid, so you may have permission to see the bio and interact with a manager or an editor, but you may not with, say, a peer reviewer because it's a blind peer review. So when things are different, they may not necessarily be the same for every user, but that may be specific to you as a user logged in. Up here you see the People You Should Know box. This is a way of finding your managers, so you know how to find them and contact them to ask for help or to report a problem. anything like that. So you can see here Raymond June is coordinating the research teams. Let's say we want to send a message to Raymond. We'll click on his bio. Here it is, and there's a box there that says send a site mail. So we'll send a site mail, and this works just like email, except it's within the site. That gives you a nice clean inbox when you log into Indaba that just deals with messages related to Indaba. So you can use this as a communication form. This will forward to your email, but we want you to come back here to Indaba to start messages. So you can say you've got a problem, I have a problem, and then go and try to fix that. Send the message. So here's our inbox. We've got an inbox which works a lot like a normal email inbox. You've got new messages, and you can see the subject line and the sender. A lot of these messages are coming from the Indaba system itself. These are reminders about deadlines, or they're announcements that work is ready to do. If you have a new assignment, you'll get a message about it from the system. And then down below, we have something called project updates. These are messages that are not related to a specific person, but they're sent to everybody in the project. So you can have transparency into what is going on with that project across the board. So you'll see things like when assignments are completed, you'll get a message there. Or if you have specific goals or outcomes or problems, they may get an announcement on the project update so everybody can see them. So last thing over here is the Help tab. This is just a quick checklist on how to get help for your particular project. In this case, you want to start at the top and then work your way down, escalating, through reading the documentation, through the frequently asked questions, then to site mail, and then finally you've got a phone number at the bottom if it's a real emergency. So that's a quick walkthrough of the Indaba Fieldwork platform. If you have any questions or feedback, we certainly welcome your input. Thanks.